What up? This is Ringo here. We're going over a video from the Fédération Française de Bouhard, maybe? Alex, I'll ask him to tell me the real pronunciation later when I'm on the stream with him, but I just want to talk about some of the plays and the setup here. So as we can see, on this setup, we've gone with both teams have gone with a 2, 2, and a 1. If we actually go a little bit farther, we'll have a better view of that. So as you can see, there's a 1 there, 2 there, and a 2 there. Blue has decided to go with more of an echelon. An echelon usually just refers to an angle, but in this, I'm going to refer to it as the V shape. This is the nomenclature that the IMCF team, the IMCF USA team used to use. They would always set up in a deep V in the 10s and the 16s. And sort of each squad on the wings would be a squad, and there'd be a middle squad, which is similar to as we have, right, the 2, and then that's a squad, and 2 is another squad. That's the 2-1-2 is the current meta, but I'm going to use green for black here. They're doing a little different than blue in that you can see they're all in a basic straight line. The main advantages and disadvantages, green can obviously get into them a little bit earlier, and because he's up, he might be able to beat blue to that punch. He's probably not going to be able to beat blue here, and he'll probably get checked if he tries to set over. The main reason, actually, that he has access to them is probably not that he's forward, it's that he's up. He's off to the side here, right? So, like, the middle line is kind of, like, there, and you can see blue's kind of on the middle line, but black isn't, right? So, anyway, black's off to the left. He'll be able to step, possibly beat blue here. But what the advantage is, right, that he's a little bit up and he's quicker to the play. Blue has to set something up to get to the play. But because he's back, he has a better reaction if black tries to go deep. And that's really what you want to do as the center man, right? As a penetrating run. I shouldn't say as a center man. Anyone who makes a penetrating run. This run here, doesn't matter which side is doing it, is fairly easy to pick up. You don't get a takedown very often. Maybe if you're coming from the far side, you can get a takedown, and we'll actually see that later. But really what gets you takedowns is people not seeing you coming, right? So what you'd want to see is a looping run, and that can go in either direction. And sort of you get a deep penetration, and you kind of want to go to one of the corners, and then these people might have seen you. These people may have seen you, and this guy may have seen you, but these guys over here haven't. So you come down there, and then you come up and you get your attack. You don't have to go that deep. Usually it's actually a little bit shallower, something more like that. But anyway, the point is, blue is protecting against that run. Black isn't as well, right? So black is going to protect from that run right now, in that even though there's this giant gap right here that both kind of have access to, but really blue has access to it. Black is not going to be able to make that run without getting picked up. Blue might be able to, but really blue needs to come forward a little bit and get to about there if they were going to make that run. That's not actually what we're going to see happen. I just wanted to sort of talk a little bit about that, and talk a little bit about echelons versus lines and the advantages, right? So because blue is farther back, he can pick someone up. Because black isn't, he's not going to be able to. And the other thing that, like, blue can do that black can't do is if this guy tries to make a run, he's going to get picked up. If this guy tries to make a run, he's getting picked up. But especially because black's off to the left here, he's not going to be able to pick up that run by blue. And if blue decides to do that, boop, and then come across, he'll have an access to these guys in the back. Black may be able to do something, but if he can dust his man and get up, then he'll be all right. Black's real, if he sees it, his real reaction shouldn't be to try to intercept. Should be to roll here and then face out, so that when blue tries to make that counter run, he can't, and that will allow black to do a 2-on-1 right over here. It's a lot of talk. We're not even in the fight. So let's get to it. The thing I really want to talk about, we're going to fast forward a little bit, is this pole arm on the left here. So while these two are having their face off, the real action at the first part of this is this guy strikes that guy's weapon out of his hand, then that guy's weapon out of his hand. 1, and now he has to run back. 2, and now he has to run back. And these are deliberately targeted. You can see he's swinging at the hand. These are very well done shots. I would have liked to see one of these people come and either try to grab someone here, or a more of a pressure here, or possibly even come across. Instead, they're a little conservative. They push deep, but that's about it. I think it was just a little too fast for them. But like, that play should be figured out because of how well this guy's able to take out the hands. And that's just a meta I want to see more of from our polearm guys. I've seen it in the 10s and the 12s a decent amount, and the 16s. I haven't seen it in 5s, so it's really cool that we're seeing that there. I don't know how well that works with swinging a falchion at someone's falchion, or a hand axe at someone's hand, or whatever. But polearm, you can really blow the weapon out of their hand. So that's just a really neat high-level play there. A little bit more about the positioning. This hasn't changed, but this clearly has. You now have a bit of a 3-2 action for the black. It's not, this guy here is kind of part of that unit at this point. He's not really separate anymore. But the blue guy is really floating. You can see he's a step back. And if he wanted to, he could probably come back here and then go in there. Black may stay out instead of joining up here. If he stays out in this, it becomes a bit of a two unit thing. Right. So the next bit, he's gonna get him again. He's gonna get that same shot, and that's this time right here. This is where I don't understand. They all watch it happen. Black steps in to try and shut him down, and the center just sits here, right? If you look, Black's guy isn't paying attention here. The blue has a great move to come in here. He could also come and try to tear that guy off the wall, or even just try to come in here and pull this guy to open up some shots for his falchion. But he just sits conservatively. I'm not really sure. There's some thoughts that there's some of what I think of there that might be just, they think they're better than them, and they probably will be true, so he doesn't want to rush and put himself in a bad position. I can get that, but I feel like this guy should be reacting a little bit quicker. The nice little switch of play here, right? So the center says, I want to come out here, come back to the guard. That's nice. I want to see more like that too, just as a way of getting people to not be sure what's happening, and then maybe off of that, make that move. Instead, though, this fighter over here just sits down for something, boom, and then that crossfield play, that, as you can see, that's the thing I was talking about. He didn't see it coming because it came from across the field, and it's a real heads-up play here, because it's as soon as the guy starts to sit down, boom, he knows he needs to go. Gets the drop, boom, puts him down, and then from there, it's just cleanup. Another fighter down, 5-0. So, anyway, that's really just all I wanted to show you there. The basic concept of echelons and lines, the basic concept of sort of that third center man. I don't want to call it center. I'd like this to come up with a term. I'm going to start using third man. But we can do whatever the fuck people want to do. Anyway, I wanted to go over that, and I wanted to go over the idea of sniping at the weapon. It's about 10 minutes, so I'm going to call this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.